What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another beer episode on Beers with Tiki. Today we have some Brewery X beer that me and Matt, my buddy Matt here, we're gonna, review for you guys. So as we review this beer for you guys, this Brewery X Double Hazy IPA, it's the Signature Series Volume 6 for Jake Davis. I'm not sure who Jake Davis is, but somebody should tell us in the comments. We're just here to drink the beer, and we're actually going to be talking about music. Yeah, Double Hazy IPA, this one's sitting at 8.3% ABV, so we're going to just pour this up real quick. But we're going to get into, talking about music, the early days, what music we really got into growing up and how it shaped us coming up, I guess, right? What we listen to now, what we listen to then. The first music we listened to was probably some Mexican music while, parents cleaning the house and shit.
That is a double hazy for sure. Look at that. Foggy, as you would expect out of a hazy.
Yeah, super foggy, of course. And it, being double, hazies are already delicious. Let's see what this double hazy has in store for us.
Yeah, smells like a hazy for sure. It smells doubled up for sure.
I'm gonna go ahead and fucking taste it already. Bro, that is exactly what a hazy would taste like. Super fruity. It does not taste like 8.3%. And I love when, breweries are able to do that. They're like, oh yeah, it's 8.3%. But this does not taste like an 8.3. This tastes more like a 6.5. It doesn't taste like a double. It tastes like a single.
Yeah, well, true. Most
Get into it.
Let's see. Yeah.
All right, now that I'm savoring a little bit more, the ABV is coming a little up. It's coming a little up.
No, but you're right. The first sip.
Yeah,
I definitely get for sure hazy vibes, but then
might want to chill with this one. You
can definitely taste I can just say right off the bat, that's definitely a good hazy for sure for anybody who likes hazies.
Yeah, you know what? I haven't been to Brewery X. You been to Brewery X? Out in what is it, Anaheim, right?
I haven't. No.
They're out in Anaheim, California, 3191 La Palma Avenue. They're out there. I guess they're like in what is those places? They're like Steelcraft places where there's a bunch of little spots to eat at. I think that's what it looks like. It's like an outside area. They have that that turf, fake grass, and it looks nice. I just haven't been out there for that brewery.
Is that how it is?
Yeah, it seems like it. What's another one? Hangar 21 in Long Beach. Have you ever been to that one?
Never. No. I've been to Steelcraft though, in Long Beach as well, or Bellflower.
I think it's Paramount, Steelcraft in Paramount, or no, you know what? It's close to Paramount, right? Paramount's like right, Bellflower, yeah. They have like a bunch of little spots, like little places to eat. They have the tables there too, like everyone gets whatever food from like all these little places, whatever, and just chills at those benches that are shared right there.
Yeah,
Steelcraft, but 8.3.
You don't really? Do you taste it really? I taste it like just a traditional hazy.
It's a single. It's not a double.
No, it's not like really. Like there's no bitterness. It's just straight up hazy.
Honestly, that's how we have to like chill with these like
that's
strong
true.
ABV beers. And you don't. If you're gonna be out drinking, you don't get this if you're gonna continue the night. This is like one, and then you maybe another lighter beer, and then you call it, but you don't want to go straight to the 8.3 ABV. I've definitely learned my lesson with getting strong beers and being out and about. But yeah, you gotta if you're gonna be drinking for being out and about, hanging out with your friends, catching up, bar hopping, you might not want to get this 8.3% double hazy IPA. Although it doesn't taste like the double, and that's what makes it more dangerous. If you're just like, oh yeah, like if you're just looking at the bar, you're looking at the taps.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I see a hazy right there, or you see a tap that looks fucking cool. The design is sick. Like, oh, that beer looks cool. You just go off based off the design. You don't even know what you're getting. You don't even know the ABV. You don't even bother to ask the bartender, like, hey, what is this? You just get it. You sip it. Like, oh, this is really good. You get another one, and then
Yeah. You end up 3 beers down and you're just like, whoa. No, this is definitely a beer. It's a craft beer, so you have to really just sip it and appreciate it, and you also have to give it its respect at that 8.3.
Yeah, not your Pilsner, not your lager, double IPA that you probably want to call it quits after. Maybe get some water in you after this beer or during.
Yeah,
I don't know from experience.
But, you can just see. You can't even see through that thing. It's foggy. You know what I mean? As a true hazy would be.
Yeah, if you get like a Pilsner or a lager, you might see your buddy's reflection on the other side through it, but this one can't see shit. Looks like when you probably yak the next day after, binge drinking with your buddies. But we don't want to do that.
Gotta love a hazy, but yeah, you also gotta respect it too, because they're not like traditional IPAs. You don't taste the bitterness. Like they don't give you that sense of like, whoa, this is a strong ass beer. But 8.3 ABV, you have to respect it as one. It tastes so good that you do want to, you could chug it and you could kill, 1, maybe 2, 3 easily. But this is something you want to take your time with for sure.
You'll be knocked
it tastes good
out before anything. But
yeah,
this pack was like almost $20, I think. So four pints for almost $20. So it was like $5 a beer. But yeah, you can definitely chill with these. You know where the money went with these.
For sure.
Yeah, but besides this, we'll review this a little bit during when we're discussing music. Matt, what was as far as you can remember, what music did you listen to? Like, what was the first song, the first band, the first artist? What did you listen to first?
I mean, I remember music in my household as a kid, like from, as far back as I can probably remember. One thing I will say is like, I remember going to my cousin's house, like older cousin's house when I was maybe like 5, 6.
Your heroes at the time, like
just
what was your name?
My older cousin John.
John.
Yeah, I remember.
Were you dapping him up as soon as you got there? Like,
I didn't even know how to dab. He's maybe like 5, 6 years older than me, but
okay.
You
were what, like 5, 6?
6? Yeah, I remember just hanging out in his room, and he was already listening to. I mean, that was probably like the 2000s. I was, born in 94. So yeah, around 2000.
Yeah.
That's when like Linkin Park was popping off. Obviously 90s hip hop and everything. But for one thing that I can remember that really stuck out with me at an early age was Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory. He had that on CD.
Damn. And
I just remember hearing Chester Bennington, R.I.P., singing, and just the whole band as a whole. That shit just stuck out to me like sore thumb. Like that music was just like so sick.
Yeah, and then Linkin Park too. That was like even now like it's super iconic. That shit comes out like it doesn't even matter if it's like on the radio or like shuffle on your because I have that obviously too like Linkin Park, but it comes up on in shuffle and just like damn.
Yeah.
What we fucking blast this shit.
Crawling. Yeah.
Crawling in my skin. Yeah, dude, so good. The album's so fucking good. And shit, for me, it was most likely like I remember the first song like as far back as I could remember, where I was able to control and like play it. It was actually in a cassette. I mean, it wasn't really it was like I probably like the ending of the cassette phase transitioning into the CD player, right?
Yeah.
And the cassette was just probably like something like just like left right there, and they're like, oh, I don't know what the hell that was, I don't know what it is. Like, oh, but it has like headphones. So I had Easy Boys in the Hood in the cassette. I was like, damn, like just bumping like, and I didn't know better. I was just like, I'm like, oh, this is music, right? Like this is this is what I'm supposed to be listening to, right? But like, dude, I was like, what, 5, 6? I had no business listening to that. I was just like,
nah.
But because it was headphones, because it was a beat, something, I was listening to that.
Yeah.
And it's funny you mentioned Linkin Park. I don't know where the hell this like pack of CDs came from, but we had this CD player in the restroom. That's the next thing I remember besides the cassette. It was Metallica's Saint Anger album. Like, a lot of people dislike the album. It's like, oh, it's not the greatest fucking shit. But, you know, for me, being a kid, probably like 6, 7 years old, you know, that shit, for me, I was just like, damn, keep searching, keep on searching. Oh, you know what? It was a fucking DVD. It wasn't the... Oh, you know, it was both. It had to been both, because I remember the bass player, like, you know, crawling all like super low, like, you know, being all like a fucking creeper and shit, like, keep searching, keep on searching. So yeah, Saint Anger, Metallica. That's why maybe it has, you know, that meaning enough to be in my heart.
Place in your heart.
Yeah, special place in my heart. Yeah, like,
I feel you.
Definitely for me. I don't know. Even though it's not like the fucking greatest album. And I just seen them, you know, recently at SoFi.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
So it was my first time at SoFi too. So I was like, dude, that venue. Honestly,
Epic,
it was like,
right?
yeah, out of like all the shows that I've been to, and I don't really go to like crazy amount of shows, but like out of all the shows that I've been to, yeah, Metallica had to be it at SoFi, and I had never been to SoFi. It was my first time there. We did 2 days, Friday and Sunday. Dude.
Epic, right?
Dude, the show was so fucking good. Yeah.
That's the one I regret missing. I fucked up. I did. Straight up. I wanted to see Metallica, of course, because, I mean, who doesn't want to see Metallica? Who doesn't, you know what I mean? This is probably like their last big tour, you know what I mean? Like, maybe, especially, you know what I mean? Especially with like the set list that they did. They did a Friday, a whole set list with all, like, you know, half of their hits, and then another Sunday night with the other rest. But I really wanted to go Friday because of Pantera.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
For me, a big Pantera fan. As far as like me getting into like metal and stuff like that, Linkin Park was that band that did it for me. That was actually my first CD that my parents bought me ever, physical. That was like the one that I remember asking for. Like,
oh, so it was yours? It was
no. So my cousin had it.
Oh, you had everything.
I remember like that Christmas after that, I was like, top of the list. I was like, I want this album. And how much for albums back then? Like $15?
Yeah, $10, $15. Honestly.
Yeah.
Let's say $15.
Yeah,
$10 probably like was like probably a little bit later, you know.
Yeah.
When like they started streaming, I want to say, and then $15 was like 15 to like 18 maybe around there, like maybe $17.99.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I didn't buy too many albums.
Yeah. I had a Sony Walkman, and I remember as a kid waking up super early, grabbing that CD, going and just like waking up before everybody else, because that's what kids do, right? I mean, you wake up before your parents. I would just grab the CD, I would just go with a fresh set of batteries and just go sit on this like reclining seat, like this chair that we had in our living room, and just chill there and just listen to that album on repeat. And then it's funny because like you listen to the lyrics these days as an adult, and like you're able to actually comprehend everything that Chester was writing. And it was super dark.
Yeah, this fool was going through it.
He was going through it then. You know what I mean? But for me, hands down, still one of my favorite albums, and I'll put that up there with like top 20 albums of like the 2000s. I think it was a 2000 album. Honestly, like
all categories and stuff, yeah, right?
All categories. I could listen to that album from beginning to end, no skips, and just vibe with every song. That album is badass.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, but like, you know, with playing the whole album, like for me, like all my playlists, they don't. Yeah, sure, it has like a lot of music from the same place, but like I always play it on shuffle. Like I can't have like the whole album play in order. Like, you know, let's say there's 15 songs, 1 through 15, like in order. I always have to change it up. Like it has to be different artists, because I feel like it's just listening to the same artist like repetitively. I'm just like, I get kind of like, nah, let's skip this shit. But if there's 5 artists and you know you shuffle it, you know, with different artists, different songs, and it's still like probably the same chill type of music, but it's just not the same thing. Like I can't do it. I can't listen to the album just 1 through 15 all the way, like 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to, you know, mix it up with something else. Otherwise, I'm just like, let me change the genre or just lose. You know, I can't get into it like that.
Is there like no album at all that like you said Saint Anger? Not even that one.
You know, some album like for like Kanye West was it Yeezus, I could, because they're all like kind of sound different, but like when it comes to like bands, like they like hearing the same voice, singing the same, like, kind of, not the same riffs, you know, but it's different, but it's just like, I don't know, like the bands, I just can't get into it when I listen to the same shit. Like,
I hear you.
Same artist. It has to alternate with like different artists. Same genre, like I said, but you know, change it up, shuffle it a little bit.
Yeah,
I can't.
That's how I'm more of like that these days. I mean, I feel like we create playlists more. You know, playlists are like the thing these days. You know what I mean? Like, you create playlists for people. You create playlists for yourself. You know, you have a gym playlist. You have a driving home playlist. You have a sad boys playlist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I can't remember the last time where I went to an artist. Like, I clicked on an artist to, you know, listen to the artist. I probably have like 40 playlists. You know, like cruising playlists, or if I'm like lifting some heavy shit, just like, you know, it's called lift. You know,
work playlist.
Yeah, fucking. You know, cruising, like, no, actually not cruising, like going fast as fuck on the free. Whoa, chill, like probably 10 miles over the speed limit, right? In California, whatever. But like all the windows are down, my moon roof is open, and you know, that's the place I'm just like, dude, just fucking vibe. I'm just like trying to get to my destination. I'm just like, I don't even care how long I have to go. I'm just, let's say for instance, Saint Anger. I'm just listening to that shit. You know, a lot of people hate on Saint Anger, but you know, that's my, you know, that one album that I had in a CD that I listened to. So.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, music can do a lot for you. It puts you in, you know, different moods. It could change your mood. You know, you could be feeling sad, put something that's like happy or uplifting. Just completely change the whole scope of your day. You know what I mean? Your whole perspective of things and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Some people, you know, when you don't got pre-workout, you put on a badass, you know, playlist. And that's your pre-workout. You know what I mean? That's your whole workout right there because of just the vibes, the energy that you get off of music. You were just playing some techno from an artist that you're about to go see.
Yeah, I just found out about this artist, this techno, let's call her techno queen. Her name's Sarah Landry.
Yeah. She
just came up on my feed and I was like, oh shit. And like, she played this like whole like 1 hour set. I guess it was like a Boiler Room this year. Yeah. And she's touring and she's gonna play in LA in November. So I fucking got tickets. I'm like, fuck it, let's get into like I'm all into like the EDM scene. I think that's probably like the thing where I listen to the most these days. Like, yeah, sure, there's hip hop, sure, there's metal, but I think for the most part, EDM has like won me over a little bit like right now. And that's what I'm listening to.
I feel that. I feel like everything else, other genres are kind of lacking right now. Hip hop's cool. Drake just dropped an album. If you haven't listened to it. But
was it that? I thought it was a single. Is it the whole album? Right?
The whole album just dropped today, yeah.
Sure, we'll listen to that right after this.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on out there, but there's not too much like just like solid good hip hop or rap. You know what I mean? We all know the big artists and stuff like that, but as far as like the genre in a whole, I feel like where everybody's at right now is kind of like EDM and stuff like that, which is dope because EDM, you know, there's so many different like subgenres in EDM and stuff like that. It's like you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just dope to like, you know, music is just, like I said, it's like Red Hot Chili Peppers said it best. It's the great communicator. You know what I mean? Like you could meet so many different people. You don't even gotta like, you could be in a different country at a festival and stuff like that and just vibe out with people that, you know, you could barely even speak with and stuff like that. And that's what's great about it because it's just all vibes, you know?
Yeah, speaking of that, like, remember early on, my brother, he would burn CDs. If you guys know what burning CDs, not literally burning CDs, but like he would burn CDs as in put music onto a blank CD and you'd have like, if it wasn't like a, you know, an MP3 CD, I guess those had like 500 songs. I want to say, I'm pretty sure those existed, right?
Yeah, those had like 500.
But like, you know, a basic blank CD could probably hold like 21 4-minute songs.
Yeah,
like 24-minute songs around there. And he would
90s,
tell me
90s babies now.
Yeah,
90s babies
for sure.
now.
This is before LimeWire, right?
Yeah.
This is so my brother would he'd get, I don't know where the fuck he would get, but he would get music before, like months before it would come out, and I'd be like, oh shit. And he'd always like I'd always cruise with him and his Grand Am, like, oh fucking like wash detail with like his rims shining, and he had a whole ass system and then like whole, you know, bass subwoofers in there and everything, and we would roll and he played the newest shit and it just, we just thought we were, fucking tough shit. But like, he would tell me like, hey, if any of your homies want, music, tell them to make a list, and I'll burn a CD for them and tell them it's gonna be $5, and that $5 you can keep for yourself. So I guess he knew that I had that kind of like that little entrepreneur mindset, at the very beginning, early on. But yeah, that's how he would tell me, like, hey, this is money for you. Like, tell your homies, burn a CD, $5, make a list, and I'll get them the music.
Yeah.
And he never missed. It was he always got the music that people requested for. It was nuts.
Yeah, and I feel like all of us could relate to that because obviously anybody who's our age, you know what I mean, remembers the LimeWire days, the BearShare days, the torrent days. Remember like the torrent days, like different torrents. And you get a whole ass album. And that didn't even go into like the mixtape days, you know what I mean, of hip hop and stuff like that. I mean, it's just like those days were just so like at your hands, you know what I mean, like music, you know what I mean. And like, don't get me wrong, there's great music still coming out to this day, but back then it was just like, that's what was like pushing culture, you know what I mean, like just it made you who you were, you know what I mean. Like that's what I'm saying, like Linkin Park was like the first band to like put me onto like rock, metal, anything alternative. As far as hip hop, yeah, I can remember my first mix CD was like in 5th grade, and like the same thing, the first song off the mix CD was Boys in the Hood by NWA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And like that was gangster rap. Grew up around it. My brother as well. Had an older brother. My dad was into it. Anything old school, you know what I mean. Like I grew up on old school stuff because of my parents and stuff like that. So that was just like the thing back then. I remember being in like Gage middle school and stuff like that, and like singing like oldies with like Jose Sanchez, I think. He knew like I think like the Midnighters, and we would like be singing the Midnighters like in like at PE, bro, like just stuff like that. Or like going back to like the Nextel Boost Mobiles and stuff like that, people having like Too Short, going back to like elementary, Too Short, Shake That Monkey on their phone. Like
I wouldn't know about that. I didn't get a phone till I was like fucking.
But you remember that for sure.
No, yeah, for
going
sure.
to Gage, people bumping like
with Boost Mobile, like
you would hear that beep 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 beep. And they would just hold that button, bro. Like it was just so sick.
Where you at?
Yeah, bro. It was like people chirping each other and stuff like that.
I'm at the locker room. Fuck you mean?
Yeah, bro. That like, dude. I mean, music is just. It's always gonna be here. I feel like, to me, obviously, I think anybody can agree with. It's the best form of art.
I mean, yeah.
That's created, you know what I mean? Like.
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, there's people. They have to like some type of music,
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I remember like in middle school being like, oh yeah, I'll listen to everything except fucking what is it? Except country and
opera.
Like. But now, to set the mood and shit, turn on the candle, I'll play some
opera.
Straight
up,
motherfucking
bro.
Beethoven in there,
Straight
like,
up,
some
bro.
Sale, number 5, we in there. But and then even country too. Like I have buddies in Orange County that put me on some country. Like, something, this shit right here. All right,
And I feel like that's what it's all about, you know what I mean? It's all about keeping an open mind. And I feel like music just does that. Music just like, it cuts all boundaries. It brings people together, you know what I mean? Like, it brings all different cultures together, all different ethnicities, you know what I mean? Like, that's what festivals are about, you know what I mean? Like, think about Coachella. Like, any festival in the world these days, there's so many.
It's a spells, bro. Like, who the fuck put all these little beats together, dude? Like, dude, props to anyone that's like made music and like that music is out there. You know what I mean? Like,
and made it.
It's on the definitely for the ones that I made. But even if like you tried, like even if you fucking half-assed it, like anything, if you put some fucking music out there, like mad props. Like even if like you're a DJ and fucking you make some shit, like mad props. Like you created that shit. It's
even like
sick.
And I know because me and you, we both come from that scene too, the metal scene, like the local punk scenes and stuff like that, the ska days. I remember those days, you know what I mean? Like going to like your punk shows, metal shows, hardcore
backyard,
shows.
Yeah, everything, dude. Everything from like ska to punk to heavy metal to like hardcore to death metal to deathcore. everything in between, I was always like at a show, and like throughout high school, every show, like some of my buddies that I was close to back then, every time I was at a show, every weekend, you know, get dropped off, and you know, we'd make friends with people there.
Think about where it took you.
People would get fucking stabbed at fucking punk shows. Fucking damn, dude.
How many stories can you say just of like the music? Like, oh, I went to this show. You know, I can remember a few shows where I was just like, yo, like I was at this show in South Central, and you know, there was gunshots outside. Or I traveled like 2 hours to this show, you know what I mean? Or like traveling even to just go to see a band or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
It's just something that's just, it's timeless, you know what I mean? Music is like the best type of art form there is, you know what I mean?
You gotta love it.
You gotta love it. I mean, yeah, literally you can say like, who doesn't love it? If you don't love it, comment down on this. We want to know who doesn't love music.
I hate music.
I hate music. I'm sorry.
When I wake up, I fucking like to listen to white noise on the fucking TV and my computer.
I listen to my thoughts.
Yeah, that's all I need to get me through the day, or not. But hey, yo, comment down below real quick. What was the first artist you listened to growing up? You know, was as far back as you can remember? What was the first artist you listened to? You know, comment it down below. But let's review this beer real quick.
All right, yeah.
Oh, were you gonna say you got something?
I was gonna say even artists that you recommend these days. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, we're always open to listening to new artists.
I want to get into like, what is it? What's that? Is it Asian chick that you guys listen to? She's like Peggy Goo. Yeah, like I kind of had like some music from her. Like that's the thing with me. Like if I like something, I just add it to my library, but I don't fucking remember the artist. You know, it's just there, and I put everything on shuffle, and it just comes out. But you and my buddy Josh, you guys like, oh yeah, Peggy Goo. I'm like, oh yeah, I have her. And then now I listen to it more. I'm like, oh yeah, I like her. I like her a lot.
Yeah. Anybody who has anything that you recommend that you're currently, you know, having, you know, your playlist, you know, currently having rotation, put it down in the comments. You know, that's the best. For me, it's true. That's the best love language. Sharing music, it's the best thing. You know, if you got something you really like, share it with someone. You know what I mean?
Comment, share it with us right now. Comment down below.
Make a playlist for someone.
Ooh, Brewery X Double Hazy IPA, really, really, really good. Definitely strong. I already just with the one beer, the 1 pint, 116 ounce that I poured into this. Like I'm already feeling like a really, really good head change, but it's a really, really, really good head change.
I'm feeling like a good human being.
You know something? I might just go start recycling right now.
Let's just go out and just recycle cans.
No, but definitely like I highly recommend this beer. Out of 10, I'm gonna straight up give this a 9 out of 10. I would definitely drink this again, and we plan on it right here with this other pair of beers that we got. What did you got? Out of 10, what do you got on this beer?
I'll match the 9 out of 10. Yeah, it's up there for sure. I mean, it's nothing like crazy that you can't drink. It's a 8.3, but
super smooth.
You won't taste it.
Super fruity.
Yeah,
goes down easily, but
it's not really heavy.
You don't want to. You don't want to chug it. Like you know, like it's not malty. It's just fruity goodness all the way.
Yeah, I mean, we've been drinking, you know, about half now, but I don't feel like I haven't been burping. I don't feel bloated, anything like that. I love hazies. As a double hazy, this is double crazy because I love it.
But hey, thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, help out the channel. That'd be the best thing and easiest thing you can do, and that's free. So cheers guys, on to the next one.
Cheers. Salud.